In this lesson, we're going to look at completing a square questions. First question is really simple. X squared plus 4x. And we need to complete the square. All you have to do is write a pair of brackets and then put square sign on this other side and put x, and then you're going to look at this number. It's plus 4, so all you have to do is half of plus 4 plus 2 and subtract the square of that number which you just written. So square of 2 is subtracted. So if you tidy up, you get x plus 2 squared minus 4. In this question, we're going to have a constant at the end. So I'll show you how to deal with that now. So just like before, we're going to write down a pair of brackets and then put a square sign and put x inside. And you're going to look at this number, minus 5. So before we wrote down half of that number, so I'm going to write half of minus 5 is minus 5 over 2. And the rule was subtract the square of that number you just wrote. So square of that number, 5 over 2. Okay, minus 5 over 2 squared. Okay, now remember, when you're squaring a minus number, minus times minus is positive. And you're going to have plus 9. Okay, so this plus 9 comes from not plus 9 going there. Don't forget to write that down. So now it's tidy up. X minus 5 over 2 squared minus 5 squared is 25. And you're going to have denominator squared. So 2 squared, 4. And you still have plus 9, but I want to write plus 9 as something over 4. So 4 times 9, 36 over 4. My next line will go x minus 5 over 2 squared. And all you have to do is deal with this part. Minus 25 plus 36. So you will have plus 11 over 4. And that is your final answer. In this question, we have number 2 as the coefficient of x squared term. So, first thing you want to do is take the factor of 2 outside and you start your line with a square bracket. So because you're going to divide everything by 2, what's going to go in the square bracket now is x squared plus 8 is divided by 2, so you put plus 4x and close your square bracket, and then you're going to write minus 13. Next line, you haven't completed the square yet, so you're going to have a square bracket, and inside of the square bracket you're going to complete the square. So just like before, x, half of plus 4 goes in the bracket, so plus 2. And then square it and subtract the square of that number you just wrote, so 2 squared. Now I've completed the square, so close the square bracket. Minus still 13 is still outside. Next line. We're going to expand the square bracket, so I'm going to have 2 times x plus 2 squared, and you have to do 2 times 2 squared. Okay, so your next line will go 2 round bracket x plus 2 squared, and here 2 squared, and then there's a minus sign there, so I'm going to write minus 4 times 2 is 8. And then I have minus 13 still outside, so I'm going to write that. So my last line will go 2 bracket x plus 2 squared Minus 8 minus 13 is minus 21. This question has a minus sign in front of x squared term, so I'm going to factorize out minus 1. Okay, minus 1 outside the square bracket. That leaves me x squared. And because I've taken minus 1 outside, this will change to plus. So I'm going to write plus 4x. I'm going to close the square bracket. Plus 5 is still waiting outside. Next line, I'm going to complete the square inside the square brackets. So completing the square, write x. Half of plus 4 goes inside, so plus 2. Square that. Subtract the square of 2, that's 4. Close square bracket. 5 is still waiting outside. Now I'm going to expand the square bracket, so I'm going to do minus, round bracket open, x plus 2 squared, and then you're going to do minus times this minus will give me plus. So I write plus 4, and plus 5 is still there. So my final answer is minus x plus 2 squared plus 9. The last question, this has minus 2 in front of x squared term, so I'm going to factorize out minus 2. Minus 2 outside the square bracket, that leaves x squared. Because I took minus sign outside, I'm going to have minus 6x in the square bracket. You don't touch minus 3, so I'm going to write minus 3 outside. Next, I'm going to complete the square inside the square bracket, so I'm going to do x. Half of minus 6 is minus 3, close the bracket, and then subtract the square of minus 3, subtract the square of minus 3, and minus 3 still outside. Next, minus 2 square bracket, x minus 3 squared, minus 3 squared, minus 3 times minus 3 is 9, so you're going to do minus 9. Close bracket, minus 3 still outside. Okay, so next thing you're going to do is expand the bracket. You're going to do minus 2 times the round bracket and minus 2 times minus 9. And then you're going to write minus 3 at the end. So minus 2 round bracket x minus 3 squared. Minus 2 times minus 9 is plus 18. And minus 3 was still there from before. So my last line goes minus 2 round bracket x minus 3 squared plus 18 minus 3. So that's plus 15. And that's my final answer.